says we're going live. Sometimes that little circle, and we're live.
Hi, welcome to the StockinetteZombies. I'm Amy, also known as Jane Itma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode 330. Happy September.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How are we here?
Yeah, my husband was just walked in because the kids are all at school. The kids are back at school. The kids are back. And put his cold feet on me, like sat on the couch while I'm in a meeting, like talking about things and doing like management hand waving. He put his cold feet on me. I'm like, your feet are cold. Put some socks on. He's like, it's August. And I'm like, it's not. It's September.
Official.
It is. But I've been knitting some sweaters, so I kind of feel like if you build it, they will come type scenario with the cooler temps. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I have been doing the same.
Clara and Valerie, say hello. Hello, Clara and Valerie. Thanks for joining us live. Anybody else out there lurking that wants to get a hello in? Last time I said hello to folks and a couple of people commented after, and we had already moved on. So, but we're doing FOs, and we've got a little bit of administrati to take on at the beginning here. Any comments from you, Amy? Just that the kids are back in school and the temperatures are turning cooler?
Yeah, I'm multitasking. I'm sorry. I know.
It must have been my manager spidey sense that could sense that, and I had to put you on the spot.
Yeah, you're gonna have to for a while here. Yeah, so we have that going on. Lots of questions about the zombie apocalypse.
Yes, because we've got the vendor signups going on right now.
Yes, we do. So I've been busily and excitedly taking applications for our vendors. If you know anybody, send them out to the Zombie Apocalypse website so that they can apply. Again, I'm trying to do something special with our yarn truck people because we have two typically, and one of them already re-signed up. So if you have a yarn truck in a drivable, if you have one, mention it, because they can drive from anywhere. And I'm excited to, plotting that. I'm going to update the blog later today with some hints, tips, and tricks for keeping in touch with us for the attendee signups for the retreat, because those will be coming out before the end of the month. It is September, right? We talked about that. So So hopefully before the end of the month, we will get those signups out. But as always, not as always, but as recently, we're inviting our ZKN members through a process first.
Yes. So there'll be a window there where we will be offering to, our $3 a week. And then the folks that were in the previous highest tier, because we didn't just have a cutoff to sign off. It was a moving window, or to sign up. Sorry, it was a moving window. So no concerns there. If you were at our highest tier and signed up mid last year, you are still in the highest tier. We've just had new signups for just keeps rolling. But yeah, there'll be a window there where we'll be contacting people in that order. In the tier order, and any remaining spots would go to the public. So
right. So yeah, you want to be signed up for our newsletter, obviously, and there's two places to sign up for that. The Zombie Apocalypse has the sign up, as well as StockinetteZombies. Or did I already say that?
Actually, the same sign up. You choose what you're interested, the content you're interested in. So if you're interested in both, you check both. I don't know what you get if you check neither. But yeah, MailChimp probably is like, I don't understand why you're signing up then. But I did, you and I are both in technology, right? So I did see that you could hit submit without having anything checked, which I thought was interesting. They didn't test their bounds, their things out of bounds, but I guess you just don't get anything. Anyway, I digress. Super excited about ZK. We're already planning awesome things, speakers, theme, and it's always a good time. We kind of layer in the awesomeness of the community in that you can be engaged throughout the year with ZKN and then meet up in person at ZK. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
It is. It is. Please join us. You're always welcome. You can sit at our table.
We have Tammy this weekend.
We do. We have Tammy this weekend. And then we've also got Samantha Guerin towards the end of September. And then, a lot of dates have been falling into place. So if you haven't gone out to our events page or you haven't looked at your email where I have the upcoming, look at our, it's a calendar icon, save the date type of situation. We've also got, so Lynn and Randy are going to be talking to us about their virtual planner. We've got Tracy Miller, October 9th, that's going to be coming in speaking with us. And then we've got the Disney knitting with Disney, with Tanis, and hopefully a lot of the designers in that book, and a costume party at the end of October. Yes.
I know it's not Disney, but that's my costume.
Okay.
Every year.
Okay. And then, November and December are filling up too. So many exciting, wonderful things going on. In addition to movies and game nights. We haven't had a game night in a while, and I've been seeing some of the Jackbox games that are available. So I'm eager to get one of those on the calendar. It is mountain biking season, so it's getting my weekends are getting a little busy around here. What else was I going to mention as part of that? Oh, so last administrati item that I can think of, maybe another one will pop up as I'm stream of consciousness talking about this. We do have the multicolor KAL that's wrapping up. I think we're going to leave that entry open just in case people haven't quite gotten it in. Today is the first day, but we'll have fabulous prizes and be announcing those winners, draw and announce those winners next week. But this weekend, I think, is when those threads will be locked down. So get your entries in ASAP. I think you said summer, and my brain went summer ends after the Labor Day weekend.
Oh, okay.
So yes, I've got some stuff that we physically got, and then I think we're going to open up some you pick your prize, which I think will be fun as well.
Very fun.
Yeah. All right. Any other things?
Did you mention our new disclaimer that unclaimed prizes go to Zombie Apocalypse prize?
Yeah. We can't always have a prize-a-palooza. We're getting a little bit of an accumulation of prizes just after the prize-a-palooza. So make sure that you contact us and get those prizes, or it'll go into the ZK prize pool, so I don't have to have a closet in my house devoted to unclaimed prize.
Right. I mean, it's a logistic that maybe people don't even think about because they're always claiming their prizes right away. But there are people out there that either don't hear about it or just don't have an interest in claiming whatever they did win. And so we end up with a lot of unclaimed prizes.
Absolutely.
Little peek behind the curtain there.
FOs?
Yeah, I have 5 of them. Ooh, almost miscounted. I will go ahead and start. I knit this seed stitch hat. I was working on a pattern for it, but I don't know, things being as they are, I have not yet written it up to a satisfactory level. Like, I'm knitting along in the crown decreases, and then I go on autopilot, not designer mode, and then I don't know if my notes are correct because I've already knit 3 rows and then I'm over it. So I don't think I'm a designer. I think that ship has sailed. But this is created by me because I thought that the seed stitch worked really well for these I don't know, super speckly, but all of this color is coming from the mohair. The DK Cascade is just a very basic light gray. So, so that's fun. Also kind of a hint, you know, if you have a very speckly mohair that you're like, oh, I don't know what to do with this, you know, putting it with a nice neutral low tone. You can.
Is that your Lola bean, or what is the mohair?
No, this is a very bright turquoise that got muted to look kind of like the Lola bean. So it's from Teal Torch.
Got it.
And it's their mohair base. But yep, so there's that.
We are going to be a very, well, I guess my whip is mohair. I was going to say we're going to be a very mohairy FO, but yeah, it's not a.
Right. I have a few more that aren't mohair. So I finished these socks. These are the Ripple sock by Cookie A. And so I have 2 of these lovely things for my husband. Oh my God.
What is the yarn?
And yeah, it's Farmer's Daughter's Fibers. I believe it's the York colorway. I'm not 100% sure. Very cool colorway. It's very dark though. It's reading lighter, but it might as well be black after the lights go down, you know, after the sun goes down. It's really, that's kind of why I think it took me so long. I put the project down and I was like, why did I put this down? And then I started knitting with it and I was like, this is a great project. It was during the day. And then I tried to work on it at night and I was like, oh, this yarn is, you know, might as well be black when you're working with it.
Very saturated.
Yes. Beautiful color though. Yeah, because if, you know, in person, it's just that really deep, rich color.
Is I've been thinking about casting on a pair of socks for my husband as well. I think normally this time of year I do, just because our anniversary is this month. But he's not really wearing his socks anymore. Like
mine either.
Yeah, since the pandemic, and he's not going into the office, he's not really wearing them.
Same.
Okay.
Yeah, and again, like I almost think it's like they were too warm for his feet, or he acquired a bunch of Bomba socks and he likes how they kind of hug your midfoot. And so maybe the hand knit ones are too loosey goosey for him now, or at least the ones that I made for him. I can make them with that little hug now.
I think in my husband's mind, they've just been classified as like fancy wear to work socks, and he needs to reclassify them because
you guys aren't going to work anymore.
He's not going to go into the office anymore. So
so this got folded, but this is the mixtape without the mixtape on it in Barocco Remix. I really like the Barocco Remix. It was really soft and squishy to knit with. It is classified as a DK weight, even though it doesn't look like it. So as you're knitting with it, it's going to feel thin, but it plumps up and it looks really nice. I don't have any complaints about the fabric knit in the proper gauge. So that is a beautiful project that is done.
Yeah, it's a nice shape. It reminds me a little bit of my that one that I knit out of fingering. Is it framed? It's got the drop stitches down the middle. I mean, it's kind of a similar silhouette.
Yep. And you did knit a mixtape, so there's that as well. But and then I have this. This is a crop sweater from my own head, so I don't have a pattern for it, but it's just a basic raglan. And then I have alternating, or should say this is all mohair, but then I take the held together piece out every so often. So you can, when it's in person, you can kind of see through the stripes, the tiny stripes that are more orange. So, you know, it's kind of a wear something under it. But yeah, in this lighting, I can't see it very well. But yeah, these orange stripes are a little see-through. And then the in-between was actually a really dark colorway that lightened up. And this is a very fall project. maybe even winter, because it's going to be really warm. But but with the crop, I might have to buy one of those wool tank dresses that I've been seeing, so that I have a warm base layer for winter. Because all of my dresses right now are just summer weight along the bottom. But there's that. And then my other one is kind of out of reach. So just a second.
Yeah. You said that about the mohair, and my I knit an original sorrel out of a fingering and a mohair held together, like before it had all of its iterations. And that sweater is so warm. So I can only imagine that a DK weight with the mohair in there. Or no,
well, this isn't DK.
No, I keep on making that assumption. That's another fingering, but yeah.
Yeah, it is a fingering weight. It was a kit that I bought, my favorite murder kit with Suburban Stitcher. And I really liked the kit, but when I saw people working on the finished object of the pattern that went with it, it just felt like the pattern was lost and the color wasn't highlighted. It just seemed like a mismatch in my mind. So I was just waiting for the perfect thing to come along, and this, I think, works. I love it.
Yeah, it's very cute.
Yeah, and then the mohair is from Berry Fun Farms.
Okay,
it was a naturally dyed mohair. And then
and
this is
another
gonna change
finish.
my color. But yeah, this is my blanket. It's a interlock and key, just like Megan's been doing. I squared it off and added a border. It does have half of its tassels still attached, but I did get half of them done, and there is no more crocheting on the project. So I'm going to call it done. We're going to show it off this week. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it is 2 different blues. I'm trying to see if I can.
I think I caught that on one of the times that you held it up. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's, it goes this blue up until the middle and then changes to a different blue. When they're next to each other, they are different, but so similar that they're kind of awkward together. So I made the decision to go half and then half, rather than trying to fit them in together, which was the original plan. So there, I think that's like, this is original blue, and then this is not. There, that's where the colors change right there. So anyway, really fun. It's my Loons blanket. So it's in the Minnesota United colorways. Gray, black.
What did the finished dimensions end up being, Amy?
I would say 4 feet.
Okay.
By 4 feet.
Okay, so you actually made it a square.
Yep. Oh yeah, definitely. I only bought enough yarn to make it a square. I have like maybe all of the 12 together make one ball. You know, all the scraps from the 12 balls that I had in this. So yeah, this took 12 balls of yarn of the Cascade. So it wasn't necessarily an inexpensive project. But yeah, if you were going to use not a commercial based yarn, it would have been, yeah, quite spendy.
Really, yeah.
Yeah, because again, like it eats up the crocheting eats up a lot of and it gets thicker, right, than the ones that you make out of the fingering weight yarns. Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, words.
It's gotta have a nice heft to it though.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's a nice blanket. And when I fold it twice and try to use it like a shawl, it's almost too thick. Like it doesn't sit. Like you kind of have to hold it in place. When that, you know, it's very blankety.
That's a nice word for a blanket. It's very blankety.
Well, you know, again, it's originally a shawl design. I'm actually going to style it as a shawl when I take pictures and then show it full out as well. But
yeah, That reminds me, that was another thing that we were going to mention in Administrati. To the end of the year, we're going to have an ongoing KAL for Comfy Cozy.
Oh, yes.
And blankets like that really fit in, right? Yes. And hats, like outerwear. So hats, scarves, mittens, blankets. I feel comfy cozy in my sweater.
Yeah, I would say that those could go ahead and start today. Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. And I think much as we did before, we'll let whips count. But I think you'll get an extra entry if you incorporate any of the designs from the speakers that we are bringing in. So, for example, Tracy Miller has a gorgeous coffee talk hat, as well as some other color work that I've been eyeballing, and that would be a double entry. So you would be able to enter twice with that because she's a speaker.
Yep. And Tammy, if you get Lane Magazine, she's got a new design in there. She just released a Swancho.
Yeah.
Lots of really good patterns out there, and exciting.
Yeah.
Disney.
Right. So brief interlude in between us, but yes, Comfy Cozy KAL, it's happening. I'm into it. I'm so ready for fall. Come December, the cold weather, I'm going to be upset about, but we were, I've been telling this joke so many times, I can't even remember, not joke, but the story, but we were in Denver and it was almost 100 degrees outside. And then we drove up to Winter Park where it was significantly cooler because we were at like 10,000 feet sea level. And my children are wearing like shorts and t-shirts, and they're like, my children that were born and have only lived in Minnesota make the sweeping statement, "This is the coldest we've ever been." It's like 50 degrees, but that swing from 100 to 50, it really hit them pretty hard. They were like, "It's so cold." Blah, 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 blah. It's really not. It'll be 41 degrees out in the middle of winter and they'll be like, "Can we wear shorts?" But
that's, yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to take this off. Oh,
yeah. I'm wearing one of my FOs. So I put sleeves on my Pedal Party crop. That is not a crop. It's full length. And it is also not a short sleeve because I added sleeves because I had extra sleeves. So it's a lot of things that it wasn't necessarily written to be. But I really enjoyed it. The lace was engaging, but like not overwhelming. So if this had been like all a panel of that lace, I think it would have been a little overwhelming. I also like it's kind of discreet. I'm just wearing like my normal bra underneath it, and I don't feel like it's too revealing, even though there's lace panels up the back and on the sides here. Kind of covers up the important bits, but also has a little ventilation if I get warm. I don't know if you're noticing on the sleeves, it drove me a little crazy but there was a different part of the skein. So I was alternating throughout, but got a lot more dark here than there, telling stories on myself. But it was with 6 and 7 fiber, her Corriedale base, which is, I'm trying to remember what the base is called, Clover. So it was a very speckle-tastic colorway, which I thought really sang in this top. But like I said, I alternated throughout. I think the only place that I didn't is when you were doing a few of the shoulder pieces. Like, well, I'm already going to be having to weave in all of those ends. So I'm not gonna, but then once it started getting to where I had cast on this piece, but yeah, Samantha's gonna come speak with us, and really love this design, really enjoyed that I could modify it, and then really enjoyed this yarn. I bought it from 6 and 7 fiber because I loved the colors. I don't know how it ties to Pico, but this is my Pico pedal party.
Okay.
To Colorado.
Say that 3 times.
Yeah. Pico pedal party. Pico pedal party. Pico pedal party.
Yeah, I didn't alternate in the two front pieces, front and back pieces, and alternated starting after I was going in the round. I'll see how that goes. I know that the back has fewer speckles than the front.
Yeah, but then again, nobody's really seeing the front at the same time as they're seeing the back. So yeah, super love it. I've been throwing it on when I need to have a more presentable than my t-shirt on for my video. And then this morning it was downright chilly. And so I was like, I'm gonna throw that on.
Yeah, I definitely I made a lot of faces while you were talking, and it's just because my pedal party is not anywhere near as done.
Well, you inspired mine because you were like, the speckles were really pretty in yours. And I was like, I have speckly yarn.
Yes, womp womp. But I did start in the round, so it'll go fast enough. And I don't plan on doing
this lace in the round is a lot more fun, in my opinion, too. The rest rows feel a lot more like rest rows when you're not purling.
Right. Yep. Yeah, no, for sure. And I probably won't do long sleeves, and I'm still debating about whether or not to keep it crop or not. I think
this Corriedale is very bouncy. It looks a lot more fitted, but I'm thinking that when I actually block it rather than just grab it and wear it, it might stretch a little bit. But yeah, the piece that you're not really seeing, and I can't take it off because I told you I don't have like a cami underneath, is there are garter sections, kind of a la what Amy's got going on with her top behind her, in between the lace pieces in the front and the back. So yeah, it was super easy to convert to a long sleeve. I just picked up the same number of stitches that she said, and then just slowly decreased down into what I thought it looked like a good sleeve circumference. So excited to see how it washes up. I also knit some, so this was my, I'm losing track. Was it my June or July Use It or Lose It? I made a top out of it with the County Claire from Blue Moon Fiber Arts. Socks That Rock. Talk about another really bouncy base. Made some monkeys with it, which I absolutely love what monkeys do. I always modify and do toe up because I'm a toe up gal. And then I think the pattern is only written for 64 stitches around. And so I kind of decrease with this kind of heavier weight, I go down to a 56 stitch sock, but I made them super tall because I had lots of yarn left over, and kind of.
Okay. Oh, I'm just wondering because I know that there's the Knitty monkey pattern, but I believe she made a monkey pattern that she charged for, and maybe that one has other sizes.
Okay. Yeah. So the stitch pattern is only a 16 stitch pattern in the free version. So then I just kind of chop off the down to 14 to get 28 per needle. And I think it works. I mean, it's the general gist of it. And again, super love these colors.
Apparently it's in my digital library, not my real library.
Got it.
I was looking, I was like, I think I have that book, but I must not have it in book form, just digital.
So I finished one of these last week during VKN. This was the holographic sock by Cassandra Cruikshank. It's a Lisa Frank collection that she's got coming out. I played around and I talked briefly about it last week, so I don't want to repeat myself too much for people that are like, Megan, you already talking about this. But the second sock somehow jumped on the needle, and I got after work from the toe all the way up to the heel, like in one night. I don't know what happened, if my brain just went like, I am really enjoying this super, addictive memorizable color work chart, or what quite happened. That happens with me in color work, by the way. I like all of a sudden I'm done and I'm like, what? The yoke is over, huh?
Oh,
yeah. So, but yeah, the second sock, I think I finished it while we were watching Wizard of Oz. So it was like, wow, okay, how did that happen? But it was super fun. If I knit them again, I'm going to do a solid for the second color rather than stripe the self-striping. And this is Vesper Knitterly Things. I'm not going to remember the colorway and I don't have the card, but it had a mini. So I subscribed to her. She had a year of self-striping and you could add a multicolor mini. And then this is a new to me heel. I think I mentioned it last time. And now I'm going to forget what she calls it. It's not an umbrella heel. Is it a shell heel? I think it's a shell heel, but it really mimics, and I asked her about it. And I'm like, I've never knit that before. And she's like, I think I made it up. So, but it kind of mimics, if you look at commercial socks where you've got like those lines there, and it's I have kind of a bulbous heel. So it's kind of a more bulbous heel. And it works both from the top down and the toe up. So it's in the pattern. The pattern can be worked either direction and the heel can be worked in either direction because it's just on that back part. But these are the second set of colorwork socks full colorwork socks that I've knit, and they are just as smushy and just as fun as my previous ones. And I love them, but I think I'm gonna do some more self-striping with a solid next time because
without as how much fun they were, you just keep going.
Yeah, keep going. I mean, again, you can see it, but the camera really does make it a lot more poppy than you normally. But while you're in it, you're like, oh, you can hardly see that one. But I think it's just the two colors changing at the same time gets to be a little like your brain can't quite distinguish the motifs.
But maybe that's part of the charm, right? Because you said it was like holographic sock, right?
Yeah, yeah. She knit them in kind of a slower changing gradient, and it's beautiful, right? So yeah, I think self-striping on itself seemed like a good idea at the time, but maybe my stripes are too thin. So yeah, do a solid with self-striping, a longer stripe maybe, or a gradient. So super fun. Love those. And so I've got 2 new pairs of socks to put on my feet when they're cold. And then I briefly mentioned this one last time as well. It's my Hide and Peak. This was my my farmer's daughter, the pink. And then I don't know that I showed off last time, but that little pink pop at the sleeve just makes me so very happy. So ready to wear this. I have a bunch of leftovers, but I'm rather than trying to put this motif on a hat, Tin Can Knits just came out with is it Sunshine? I think it's Sunshine sweater and hat. So I think I did a Sunshine hat with my leftovers on this because it's quite substantial. So this is Barrett Woolco, and each of these colors, other than the pink, came in 50-gram skeins. So I was like, oh, am I going to run out? But nope, there was a substantial amount, and I've got quite a bit left over, including the color that I substituted in for this pink. So I think I should be able to make one of those sunshine hats. Obviously not a sweater, but this green makes me so happy. Like, I've just been leaving it laying on my yarning room table, and not necessarily wearing it because it makes me happy to see it. And when I'm wearing something, I guess
you can't see it,
sleeve out of the corner of your eye or whatever, but like, put this on Peg, let her wear it, and then every time I walk past it, I'm like, oh, I'm so in love with that.
That happens quite a bit. I'll put something on for a model shot, and then it'll just stay there to be admired for a while.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, I have definitely gotten bitten by all of the color work sweater, all of the fall knits right now.
Oh yes, Hohi
Hohi. Oh, her newspaper, is it newspaper print?
I think
one with
newsprint.
The brioche?
Yeah, one of the two. Really cool. Yeah, and I was thinking like, oh, it'd be fun if you had enough scraps, if you had 2 solids for the main body, but then alternated the scraps throughout, and then you could make the scraps come forward and back. I think it'd be a really fun sweater to play with. Color. Yeah, I did sign up for the KAL. I have rituals yarn that I set aside last year. So I'm like, all right, this year is the year. I'm going to make my rituals.
You wanted to make her long summer cardi too, right?
Yeah, but the rituals is more doable in my mind right now. It's DK. It's only 4 skeins. I will happily knit one of those and not feel pressure. And then I added 2 more items to hopefully finish in the KAL, a pair of socks and a hat from the new book or the new pattern collection.
Excellent.
Because I bought the collection.
Yeah. Yep. Valerie's saying 6 weeks. Yep. Rituals is a lot more doable in 6 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And also like, since I bought the collection was only $15 and the coupon code did work on it. So the whole collection for $12, steal.
Yep. Go get it. They're going like hotcakes.
No, I am actually really excited about the patterns. I think that the sock ones are going to be really interesting. And the hat, you can use scraps, well, not scraps, but less leftover yarns, basically. That was my main thing. Like, oh, you just take 2 leftover skeins of yarn that look really good together and you can make that little hat that she has. Yeah, I was really excited. And I saw that the shawl, she made it in Magpie Fibers Nest. And that's a base that I haven't tried yet. So it's like, there's a perfect pattern for the base I haven't tried yet.
Yeah. So my mind goes to, and we're getting long on minutes here, but my mind goes to like, do I get excited about sweaters this time of year? And it's like cast on everything. And I'm so excited and buy this and make plans for that because it's getting cooler. And like psychologically, it's like, okay, and now I can make something that won't make me warm because it's warm out. Or do like, it's like a chicken and an egg thing, or did like the designers come out with all of the like fall patterns right now that like gets me to do that? Or like, I guess it's probably cyclical. Like they've figured out that marketing and releasing things this time of year makes people super excited about it. But yeah, I'm sure we could go back almost 10 years now worth of episodes and see in the September, October timeframe, you and I are like all squee about the fall/winter knits. So,
well, and like I said, it sometimes it's a pattern from the past that comes back and says, now's the time. And I am really excited about casting that on. You'll see, if we talk about whips here in a couple weeks, I'm knitting a lot of sweaters. And sweater in the air, even though it's still hot when I leave work.
It's not hot. 70s is not hot. I think we've got some people from California and Arizona and Texas that would be like, no, Amy,
okay. No. This is a unique experience that you haven't felt in a long time, Megan, but when your car sits in the hot parking lot all day.
My car doesn't sit anywhere but my garage for long periods. No, when we were in Colorado, our cars had to sit out in the sun. And yes,
yeah, and it's like you get into that hot car. I agree. It hasn't been as hot, but and the humidity has gone down. But when you get up in the morning, you have that crisp in the air. Everything feels hot after that. I'm like, I want it to go away. I want it to be crisp all day.
Yeah, no, the crisp in the air is definitely giving me life right now. Yes. Like, yeah. Awesome. Yeah,
morning walks are the best thing.
Yes.
September in Minnesota, morning walks.
We should really do something where we share like non-June Minnesota with people.
Oh, yeah.
Come when it's crisp and fabulous. Although, it's
there's a lot of other festivals that we all want to go to.
It's true. Right? It's true. Yeah. All right. Well, obviously we are excited about all of the things as per usual. Thanks for joining us.
Yep. Bye.
Bye, Usha.